Hey YouTube fans, it is Spikers from Spikers RC, and I am here doing my first fan request to show you my current RC collection and do a little bit of talk about it. Pros and cons of everything and so on and so forth. I'm going to get right into it here. I'm not going to waste any time. This is my newest acquisition. This is a Atomic with a K, barbed wire 17-inch brushless boat. I haven't got to use it yet. I haven't got out into the water. All the lakes and stuff around Calgary are still frozen. I'm a little iffy about the ESC in it, so I don't want it toasting and climbing into cold water to go get it. Here's also the remote for it. It feels really cheap plastic, like nothing about it screams out to me like I want to trust it. But it is what it is. I want to put something new into this receiver and transmitter wise, and we'll get there. I can't really comment too much on the boat. It looks good. It looks sleek. It has a self-righting capability. It has a very large rudder, and the steering fins on the back are nice and sharp. Honestly, I think it's going to be a pretty good performer. Alright, next one. We'll go to a Traxxas Rustler. I love these things. This was actually my first RC vehicle. Not this one in particular. The first one I had I ended up selling. But you know what? I got another one. I love them. They've got great articulation. They're fun. They're a great all-around basher. They're a great vehicle to learn on. Traxxas has a training mode built into it where you only get 50% of the power while you learn how to use it, how to steer it, how it's going to react, so on and so forth. They're really straightforward to work on. It's two-wheel drive, so there isn't too many moving parts. I really recommend putting a RPM front bumper on it just so that you have a little bit more durability on the front for when you crash into things, so you're not snapping stuff. But overall, these are great things to learn on in a great first RC vehicle. We're going to switch it up and go to an Axial product now. I'm probably going to bounce back and forth between Axial and Traxxas right now. This is a straight up basher and dune buggy from Axial. It is the Exoterra. This one was built from kit, so it doesn't have any Axial electronics inside it. I'm actually running Traxxas stuff in there. It's got the VXL3 and the blending motor in there, the 3500 GAN. I have a little bit of a problem with this ESC. I haven't got it quite working right. I think it's a little finicky, but when it is working right, this thing is fast. It's a great basher. It handles jumps and everything just peachy. One of the cool bonus things to it here is all these 5 lights in the front are LEDs that actually work. Same with in the middle, or pardon me, the 2 end points here. There is 2 more LEDs for brake lights. This thing is fun. The only complaint I have about it is this battery door, and I've covered that in another video. So I'm gonna take that one away. We'll keep it in the same kind of family, and we're going to move over to a Traxxas Slash. This one is not set up properly. I'm actually still in the process of rebuilding it. This one here also runs on the Vlenian 3S system. Fantastic truck. It is probably my favorite. As you can see, both the rear links I have to replace on here. I don't have them on there right now. That's why the back tires are flopping around, and I've got this thing set up as high as I can for the body, just because I don't want anything rubbing on it for when I'm moving it. I did have a RPM bumper on the back, but I've taken it off because it was mostly broken, but I've kept this on there so far. I've also got an RPM front bumper, and all my A-arms on here are RPM as well, but then I also have aluminum hub carriers on both sides of the front and the back. just kind of helps with durability, right? One of the best all-around, what we call a basher short course truck. Parts are readily available for these things everywhere. Awesome truck, hard to kill. Let's go. Oh, we'll go axial again. This is my newest truck acquisition. It is the Axial SCX10 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited kit. This one also does not have, or because it is a kit, it does not have any of the Axial electronics in it. This one is running a brush system. It's running a DeWalt motor from a cordless, like a 12-volt cordless drill. I love it. It's fun. I took it out for its first rip the other day, out in the mud and snow and whatever else, and I had a blast. It handled everything great. I put some weighted wheels on the front, and those are obviously bigger as well, and it loves it. The other cool thing about this is the top comes off, and it looks absolutely fabulous. I know that sounded so wrong, but it is what it is. This one is the biggest one in my collection. This is a Traxxas e-revo. It is a 1/8 scale. Everything else in my collection is 1/10 scale. And so this is the biggest one out there that I have. They get bigger than this too. It's a fun thing. I haven't really got to run it much. When I got it, it was running 2 brushed motors. It still works with brushed motors. I want to move it to a LiPo system where I have I want to use LiPo batteries and I want a brushless system. Yeah, I'm probably going to get something in the neighborhood of a, I don't know, 2700 kilovolt motor. And probably like the Mamba Max Pro setup. And that'll make this thing absolutely fly. These guys are absolutely heavy, but I mean, this thing is so much fun. I mean, so much room for articulation. It soaks up bumps like crazy, jumps like crazy. They're hard to kill. And now we'll bring out the Axial Wraith. Don't mind the little bit of tape on here. I actually put tape on the front of my vehicles like this, and I put part numbers and stuff on there that I need to order. My buddies down at the shop here have actually ordered my parts for me. That's just for screws and a tubing brace. This is an Axial Wraith, again made from a kit, so it does not have Axial electronics in it. High-tech servo. I'm using an XL5 ESC, and there's going to be a Spectrum receiver going in here. I'm still waiting for some parts to finish this off. Still have to paint the body for it. Otherwise, it's ready to go. Give you an idea on receivers. Here's a little bit of an information piece. This is one of the first Traxxas transmitters, sorry. This one is an AM transmitter. This is how they first started out. You can identify the AM transmitter by the extendable aerial on it. And more distinguishable is they all have little crystals in them. See if I can zoom in for you guys. And see, this one's running on the 27.255 megahertz spectrum. They also run, oh goodness, of course, well, I'm trying to show you guys. These things also run anyway on 8 batteries. I can't get the case open on it now. I've never used these things. You don't see them out anymore. The main reason is that everybody can only use one frequency, and we've moved past this technology. This is the Traxxas Link. It is a 2.4 gigahertz. Way better. This runs on a digital signal, This way you can run as many vehicles as you want. Once this thing is bound to its receiver, it will only communicate to the receiver. And you don't have to worry about anybody else with cross signals and them being able to control your vehicle and vice versa when things get wonky. Great. I love them. They're fantastic. The next one Traxxas brought out is called the TQ1 Top Qualifier. Pretty much identical to the Traxxas Link. Both 2.4 gigahertz. This one here, you can change out the base and put in a telemetry dock where you can connect like an Apple product, like an iPod or an iPhone, and be able to get telemetry back from your vehicles. Some people find it useful. I'm just not into that. Pro tip, tape receivers to your transmitters, and that way you always have them. You don't have to go hunting. Going into some more custom stuff. This is a Fly Sky. And apparently batteries are dead in it. But it runs on 2.4 gigahertz as well. This is a 3-channel, I believe. You can store, I don't know how many different, I think it's 10 different receivers in here. So you could control 10 different RC vehicles with this at any given time. Obviously one at a time. And it's good. You can get these from Hobby King. They're actually fairly cheap. These are on the cheaper end of the spectrum, but you know, it feels pretty good. It's solid. It's easy to use. Controls, you know, they're all push button. When the screen is lit up, it's actually pretty clear and easy to read. I just have to put some new batteries in it. Probably my favorite one right now, this is my DX3S made by Spectrum. This one again is a 3-channel transmitter. 2.4 gigahertz again. This one also holds up to 10 different vehicles into it so that you can control. You don't have to carry around 10 different transmitters. Like imagine carrying around 4 or 5 of these out when you go out racing or something. This way you can just have one. They're fantastic. Right? It's a little LCD screen so that you can control everything. They're pretty awesome. I love them. It's fantastic. It's easy to grip. It's light. I like the rubber on here. It's comfortable in the hand. Easy to move the trigger. You know, you can either stand it up or lay it down like this. Or like this. They're fun. And that's the end of this show, actually. That is my collection that I've got right now. I'm looking to add to it some more. I need to get some more parts. And this will all be up and running. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, please, you know, ask away in the comments or email me. Like, subscribe, comment. Please share the channel. I could use all the subscribers because that's what's going to help me in the end. I hope you liked it. And if you have any other ideas that you want to do for the show, please let me know and I'll do my best to make it happen. Alright guys, have a good night. Keep the rubber side down.